Look, I just can't get into the clean girl soft glam aesthetic. It's not my thing. This is more my vibe, and it doesn't have to be as intimidating as you think it is. It's pretty damn easy. So I've created a step-by-step tutorial on how to do this look. All right, we're up and personal now. First thing I would say is make sure to start with your skincare. I've only used 2 products so far on my face. It's the Ordinary Niacinamide right here. This is the moisturizer I'm using today. I'll be sure to put all the products I've used down below in the description bar. Another tip is to add some lip prep as well because I will be wearing a matte lipstick today. I like to do my brows and my eyeshadow first before I do my base, just because we're going to be using such bold colors, because if the pigment of the eyeshadow falls down on your clean base, it could screw up your base. I'm going to grab a loose powder. This is the one size one, and I'm actually going to pop this in my brows to mattify them, just so the brow pencil goes on more smooth and can grip onto my skin. I'm then going to go in with my brow pencil. This is the I Don't Think So hard square brow pencil. It's literally a square rectangle lid. So what I like to do is start off with a spoolie and just brush my hairs up, and then going in with my brow pencil and slowly filling in and shaping the brow. I kind of like to line the top part of my brow, and then when we get to this part here on the tail of the brow, I like to do a clean line down as well. Don't worry if it's messy, we're going to clean it up with concealer. Just make sure to get the shape you want, and same with this under part of the brow. Since we are going for a bold look, I want more bold brows. After that, I go in with my spoolie again and just smooth everything out, kind of blend it away, make it less harsh. Okay, let's do the other brow. Now we're going to start off the eyeshadow. This is the KALEIDOS Tone Activator Eye Primer. I would recommend using an eye primer rather than a concealer, because the concealer is not made to last on the eyelid and can crease really easy. I would go with an eye primer that's a bit more tacky and kind of dries down in a matte way. So I'm just going to take a flat brush like this, and we're going to go under the brow, kind of like this. If you can see that, I like to go right under where I put the brow pencil to make sure it's clean. You also want to go under the eye as well. So I like to go around like that. I then like to go in with a synthetic eyeshadow brush and blend out the edges, because we don't want the edges to be harsh when it comes to the primer. Now that the eyes are primed, we're going to go in with our eyeshadow palette. This is the Mikayla Part 2 palette from Glamlite. Pretty gorgeous. It's one of my favorite palettes ever. And we're going to go in with mostly this purple row here. Before we go in with eyeshadow, make sure to blend out the primer a little bit more because it will crease until we've put eyeshadow on it. I'm going to go in with this deepest purple here called Authenticity. And I'm going to tap it on the outer corner of my eye. Just over here. We're going to do reverse blending where it's darker to lighter. This will give you more pigment with your eyeshadow look if you start with the darkest color first. I'm going in with something that's a bit more fluffy, and we're going to grab a medium purple. So I'm going to go in with this one called Mimu. Just tap some over here. And I like to hold my brush kind of near the tail end, just because I want it to be more of a softer application. And I'm going to tap that into my crease area. I know it looks really messy now. Trust the process. Look how pigmented this eyeshadow is. Oh my god. Just like that. We're going to go in with a fluffier blending brush, and I'm going to take the lightest purple shade there, which is called Mama Wang, like that. Tap off the excess, and then blend the edges all the way up to the bottom of the brow. I like to bring it right up to the front of my brow here. I don't mind if it goes into the brow a bit as well. Just blend and blend and blend. It doesn't take too long to blend, especially with this formula. It is amazing. Go back into that blending brush with the middle color, and I'm going to tap a bit more of that on. And then deepen up the crease again, making sure to really blend it in to that transition shade. Remember just to take your time with this process. There is no rush. And here's how we're looking now. It looks super blended and smooth. And we're also going to go in with that darker shade that we had and kind of deepen up the edge a bit more as well. We're going to go in with the shimmer now. I'm going to use this shimmer here called Oh My God. And because I think it has a more transparent base, I will put down that lighter shade all over my lid. So I'm going to grab Mama Wang again and just place it over here just to set it down. And then I'm going to go in with my finger. That's how it looks like. How pretty is that? And then we're just going to tap it on the middle of the eye. Kind of swiping it as well. Tapping it over that darker shade. And I like to use my finger to kind of swipe it up in a smooth circle direction. Just like that. Now we're going to start with the bottom lash line. I'm going in with a pencil brush and we're going to take the darker shade again called Authenticity. Just go under the eye like this all the way across. I'm then going to grab a tiny blending brush like this, grab that Mama Wang color, the lightest purple, and blend out the underneath of it. The last part I'm going to do is take that same pencil brush. You can use paper towel just to get rid of that previous color. We're then going to take this duochrome shimmer and pop that in the inner corner of the eye, just over here. Can you see that? Damn. And I kind of like to bring it under the eye a little bit too, like that much. I'm going to do the other side now and then I'll come back and we'll start the base makeup. I'm starting off with my foundation. This is the Revolution Skin Silk foundation. I like to just grab a pump of it on my mixing tray. Now we're going to clean up the top of the brow, just like I did with underneath the brow. And you can kind of blend it up as well into the forehead. See what I mean? That brow is super clean now. So that's the brow cleanup done. This is optional, but I'm going to go in with my makeup spatula, grab that foundation and put a super thin layer. I just like to use it because I feel like it saves a lot of product. If you need more coverage or want more coverage, you can always add more, but you can't take away. Then you want to go in with a damp makeup sponge and blend it out. Tap out all the foundation right up to the hairline. No texture or dry patches because we've moisturized and hydrated the skin. And I am dry to eczema prone, so skincare is definitely a must for me, but it should be a must for everyone. It's just gonna make the application way better. Okay, foundation is on. I think that's fine for me. I don't think I need any more coverage. Now let's get into some cream, contour, and blush. The product I'm using is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Wand in medium tan. And I'm going to take some down here on my cheek area, just around here, around the borders of my face essentially. And I want to put a bit extra on my forehead. It's pretty simple for me because my beard is like a guideline for where I want to put the contour. And then I'm also going to use it to contour my nose. So I'm going to start from the front of the brow here and then just swipe it down, round off the tip, and the same on this side. This one's not a must, I don't really do it all the time, but sometimes I'll put some underneath my bottom lip as well. I'm then going to go in with a dense foundation brush. I'm using tap motions, not swipey ones, because we want the foundation to stay where it is. See what I mean? Just gives the face more dimension and not so flat. Under the lip as well. And I like to do this part on my nose. And for the sides of the nose, I go in with that same brush I use to blend out my eye primer and just go swiping up and down. Now it's time to conceal. I'm going in with the MCOBEAUTY Brighten and Perfect Cream Concealer. And this one is in the shade Medium 125 Buff. So what I like to do is tiny bit here, tiny bit up this part as well. I like to do a line down my nose and then in the middle of my forehead like that, and a tap on my chin. Sometimes I'll do my lines here. I'm then going to go in with the pointy side of my blender brush. Put your mirror up, it'll be easier to blend it under the eye. And this will also kind of clean up the eyeshadow as well. in the chin, and then kind of squeeze it like this, really thin, and then do it down the nose bridge. I'm going to use the MCOBEAUTY Babyface Multi-Use Cream Stick for blush today, and it's in the shade Peony Rose. Blush placement for me, I like to put it up here, kind of like that. I like it to be in a C shape. This is just my personal preference on where I like to place blush. I feel like it works better for my oval face shape. And then I'm going to go in with the same contour brush and really tap that out. Okay, so that's all of our creams done. We've blended it all. Now it's time to set everything with powder. I'm then gonna go in with a triangle puff like this and my loose powder again, the one size one. So I'm gonna tap my triangle puff into the powder and I'm gonna take off the excess on the back of my hand. Make sure to blend out your under eye before you put the powder down because you wanna get rid of those creases. And then we grab the powder and we just tap it across like this. Right under the eye, tapping it right into the side of the nose as well to really set it. I don't necessarily bake, really. I just leave it there for a second or two while I do the other eye as well. And then I also like to take a tiny bit of that powder and put a line of it down my nose. And whatever excess we have left on the puff, we're just going to set the forehead with it and the rest of the face. Even on the eyebrows. Now we can go in with powder products. Let's go in with our bronzer. This is just a limited edition MAC one that I got a while ago. Grab some product on a powder brush like this. And then we're gonna go and add it to the sides of our face. So exactly where we put the cream contour. You can swoop it like this or tap it in. I like to tap it in for more pigment and then give it a swoop to blend it more smoothly. See what I mean? Just gives the face lots of dimension. It's a little annoying because I am sweating. It is so hot here, even though it's nighttime. For blush, I'm going to use the MCOBEAUTY Blush Duo in Peony and Daisy. It has two different pinky tone blushes, one that's light and one that's a bit darker. I think it's my favorite pink tone blush. I do also have an affiliate code with MCOBEAUTY. It's John MUA, so you can use that for a discount on your order. Same placement as I put the cream blush. I'm going to go in with the light pink first and tap it in that same C shape. See how pretty that is? Then I'm going to go in with the slightest touch of the darker shade and then just put that over here, kind of making an ombre blush effect. Okay, now we zoom back into the eyes. We're going to finish them off. I'm going to go in with a purple metallic liner. This one is from KALEIDOS. I'll put the name down below. And for this one, I like to pull my eye down like this and then line the waterline with it. This will just bring the look together. This step is obviously optional, you don't need to do this. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna go in with our eyeliner. Just gonna use my one from ONESIZE and it's like a felt tip liner. I'm looking down into my mirror and I'm just gonna do a thin line across the lashes. I'm not doing a wing, just a thin line to hide when I put my false lashes on. Just like that. All right, let's get into false lashes. This part can be quite tedious, but again, the more you do it, the easier it gets. I am going to grab just the regular eyelash curler like this. There we go, the lashes are curled. And now we're gonna go in with our mascara. This is the Judy Doll Mascara Curling Iron Mascara in black. It's kind of like a metal screw. It is so cool. And then also do your bottom lashes. Don't worry, we are almost done, and now it's time for the lashes. The lashes I'm using today are from Wolfie Lashes. So what we're gonna do is kind of bend it back and forth like this. The more that we use them, the more they'll mimic the shape of our eye. After we've given it a little bit of a bend, we're gonna go in with some lash glue. This is the Duo one. This glue is pretty good for beginners. It has like a little spatula on it. We're just gonna slide the spatula all the way across the lash band. I like to grab a pair of tweezers like this, turn it up this way. I like to look down and then just place it on top of my lash, pushing it into the center of my eye, kind of like that, it's on. And then I'm gonna grab each corner and push that one down, and then grabbing this inner corner and then push that into my lash line as well. It does take a little bit of practice. It is a bit weird when you first start wearing false lashes, but look at this. it completes the look. Like without the lashes, it's just not gonna be as popping. I'm gonna go put it on the other one and then we'll finish off with highlighter and lipstick. Both lashes are on and now let's highlight and then do the lips and we are done, girl. So we're going in with the KALEIDOS Space Age highlighter in Moon Cruiser. This is how it looks. It's kind of like a bluey, glittery toned highlighter. Going in with a super fluffy highlighting brush and applying it to here. Look how gorgeous that highlighter is. And similar to the blush, I kind of like to do a C shape. Same on this side, focusing it on my cheekbone. I do like to add a tiny bit to my Cupid's bow as well, and a little bit down my nose bridge. All right, there we go. Now let's add the lips. First up, we're gonna line our lips with the lip liner from Peaches and Cream in the shade Hotline. It's like a dark chocolatey brown. And I like to kind of overline just a tiny bit on my top lip. Go in small strokes, not just a straight line like that, because sometimes it can look wonky if you do that, especially if you don't have a stable hand. Now that we've lined the top lip like this, I want to kind of fill in these edges here. And say on this side as well. Then we do the bottom. Kind of like to line it back and forth here. And then line the side. And then the same thing, fill in the corners here. I'm now going to go in with my lipstick. This is the Cloud Lab Lip Clay in the shade Cold Smoke from KALEIDOS. There we go, the lip is on. And here is the full look. What do you guys think? So there's a step-by-step tutorial on how to do this anti-clean girl makeup look. Anybody can do this look. It is so easy. One of my favorite things about doing makeup is making people feel beautiful, things that help people feel confident in their own skin. So if that feels like your vibe and something you enjoy, feel free to subscribe, give me a like, and yeah.